Once upon a time, in a bright and cheerful town called Sunnyville, there lived a kind little girl named Aliza. She loved to play with her toys, draw colorful pictures, and eat yummy cookies baked by her mom. But there was one thing Aliza didn't like. She never wanted to share her things with anyone. Aliza had a big red ball, a shiny yellow bicycle, and a cute teddy bear with a pink bow. When her friends came to play, she always said, "No, these are mine. You can't touch them." Her friends felt sad and slowly stopped visiting her house. One sunny morning, Aliza went to the park. She saw a group of kids playing happily together. They were laughing, running, and sharing their toys. One boy shared his ice cream, another shared his toy car, and everyone seemed to be having fun. Aliza sat alone on a bench holding her red ball. She wanted to join them but felt shy. Then a little squirrel came near her feet and looked up, hoping for some crumbs from her cookie. Aliza broke a small piece and gave it to the squirrel. The tiny animal squeaked happily and ran away. At that moment, Aliza felt something new in her heart: happiness. "Wow," she thought, "it feels good to share." She smiled as the birds chirped and the wind gently blew through the trees. She realized that sharing could bring smiles not only to others but also to herself. The next day, she went back to the park. This time, she carried her red ball and teddy bear. When she saw her old friends, she waved and said, "Would you like to play with me?" Her friends looked surprised but quickly smiled and said, "Yes." They played catch with the red ball, took turns on the bicycle, and even built a small picnic spot for the teddy bear. Everyone laughed and clapped when the teddy fell off the swing. It was such a fun, happy day. Aliza's mother watched from a distance and smiled proudly. "That's my sweet girl," she said softly. When Aliza came home, her mom hugged her tight and said, "See, sharing makes hearts bigger and days brighter." From that day, Aliza began sharing everything: her toys, her crayons, her snacks, and even her favorite cookies. She learned that when we share, we double the joy. Her friends started visiting her again, and their laughter filled the house every afternoon. One day, Aliza's school announced a sharing day. All children were asked to bring something to share with classmates. Some brought storybooks, others brought fruits, and Aliza brought her teddy bear to share hugs with everyone. When it was her turn, Aliza stood up and said, "Sharing makes me happy because it makes others happy too." Everyone clapped, and her teacher gave her a golden star for kindness. Aliza felt like her heart was glowing with light. After school, her best friend Uzair said, "Aliza, I'm glad you shared with us. You make school more fun." Aliza smiled and replied, "Thank you, Uzair. Let's always share and care." They both laughed as they walked home under a colorful rainbow. That evening, Aliza helped her mom share food with a poor family living nearby. The children were hungry, but when they saw Aliza's smiling face, their eyes sparkled with joy. "Thank you," they said, holding the warm food lovingly. When Aliza returned home, she told her dad, "Daddy, I shared food today. and it made me feel so happy. Her dad patted her head and said, "That's the secret of life, my dear. The more you share, the more love you receive." Days passed, and Aleeza became known as the sharing girl in Sunnyville. She inspired other kids to do the same. The park, which once was quiet, now echoed with laughter, kindness, and joy, all because one little girl learned to share. Even the animals seemed happier. Birds flew around her, the squirrel followed her to the park, and dogs wagged their tails whenever they saw her. Aleeza realized that kindness spreads like sunshine, it touches everyone around. One day, a new girl moved into the neighborhood. She was shy and lonely. Aleeza went up to her with a big smile and said, "Hi, I'm Aleeza. Do you want to play?" The girl's face lit up as she nodded. Soon, they were giggling together on the swings. A few weeks later, Aleeza's birthday came. She invited everyone, her old friends, new friends, even the squirrel from the park. Instead of keeping all gifts for herself, she gave away small toys as thank you presents. Everyone cheered. Aleeza is the best. They shared cupcakes, crayons, and stories. The new girl said, "You're the nicest friend I've ever had," Aleeza replied. "It's because sharing brings friends closer, just like magic." They both laughed as frosting smeared on their noses. That night, before sleeping, Aleeza whispered, "Thank you, Allah, for teaching me that sharing is caring." She hugged her teddy bear and drifted into a peaceful sleep, dreaming of rainbows, friends, and smiles. Moral of the story: when we share what we have, toys, food, love, or time, the world becomes a happier place, because sharing is caring. Hi friends, I'm Aleeza. Remember, sharing is caring, and caring is the best. If you liked my story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. See you next time, friends. Bye bye.